somebody who likes creating content and is already writing on social media platforms or writing your own blog, then freelance writing is an excellent business for you. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can start your own freelance writing business in 2020. Hey there, bosses, you're welcome to my channel once again. On this channel, I give you tips, resources, and strategies on how to make a living with your freelance writing, blogging, and content creation. If that sounds like your cup of tea, then make sure to smash that subscribe button to join our community. So let's first of all talk about the things that you do not need in order to start a freelance writing business. First of all, you do not need a fancy college degree or a writing degree. Whilst I believe in education wholeheartedly, I do not think that having a degree or not makes you any different when it comes to starting a freelance writing business, right? So do not worry about that. If you don't have a degree in English, if you don't have a degree in writing, if you don't have a certain particular degree, or even if you don't have any degree at all, I would say that that's not something you necessarily need. It's helpful, but it's not something that you need in order to start a freelance writing business. Another thing you do not need is a huge social media following, and that's why I love this business so much, is because you do not need a lot of people following you. You do not need to be an influencer of any kind. You just need the right clients to give you work and then to pay you. That's all you need. So if you're worried about, oh, I don't have a social media following, forget about all of that. You do not need that either. So now let's talk about the things that you do need. All right, you're going to need a computer. So that would be a laptop or a desktop computer. I've had somebody ask a question before, could they write on their phone? And definitely there's a lot that we can do with our phone these days, but I do not recommend writing on your phone for several reasons. When you're doing freelance writing, most likely you're going to be doing a ton of research, and when you're doing research, with a phone, it's really difficult to be going back and forth between the different websites. But when you have a laptop or a desktop, you can open different tabs and then have that open and then be gathering your ideas. So I don't think a phone is really useful when it comes to that. I do know that if you do have a tablet, you can connect it to some kind of keyboard and then you can type on your tablet. If that's all you have, then maybe you can start out with that for sure, but I highly recommend that you get yourself a laptop or a desktop, because when you are typing and creating work on mobile devices, it can be a little difficult. It's not impossible, but it can be a little difficult. And then of course you need your internet connection, because you're going to be writing for the web or writing on the web, and so you need to have that so that you can research topics. Now, the next thing you're going to need is to think about a niche you want to write for. Now, the reason why I always bring this up, right? I know that there are people out there that say, don't worry about niche. You can just write in any area, in any topic. And there's definitely that. But I think that it's helpful when you are advertising yourself to have a niche or to have an area that you specialize in. And that way people can think of you as the health writer, as the personal finance writer, as the fashion writer, the beauty writer. So I would highly recommend that you think about certain niches that you could potentially write in. And this could draw on your educational background. This could draw on experiences that you already have. This could draw in anything that you already enjoy doing or enjoy writing about. You can begin to write in those niches. I do have a freebie that you can check out. I'm going to leave it in the comments and also in the description, which are 10 profitable freelance writing niches. Check that out so that you can get some ideas for writing niches. Once you've decided on a niche, it's time for you to start getting those clients. And there are multiple ways for you to get clients. I'm going to leave some of my videos about how to get clients right here. One of the very best ways, in my opinion, of finding clients and finding clients that will pay you well, all right, is to type in Google, write for us plus paid plus your niche. So let's say your niche is healthcare. You can type in write for us plus paid plus healthcare, and that will yield a whole list of results. And usually these are magazines or other publications that pay very well for that particular niche, and you can follow their guidelines. Usually they will have guidelines for how you can pitch them a freelance writing project, or how you can become a writer for them. And then once you pitch it and they accept your writing, then they're going to pay you. Another really easy place to find freelance writing gigs is Craigslist. And yes, Craigslist, my very first freelancing client, and this was way back when I was doing social media, was actually from Craigslist. And through that one client, I got multiple clients and end up making my first 4-figure month, right? So it's important for you to get on Craigslist as well if that's something that is operational in your country, and look on there, or look on any other classifieds website that may exist where you live. Usually there may be businesses in your local area or in the vicinity of your local area that may be looking for writers just like you, right? So it's not just huge publications and journals and other such publications that are looking for writers. There are businesses in your local area that are looking for people to write website content, that are looking for people to write blog content, that are looking for people to write social media content. So go on Craigslist and see if you'll find anything like this. Usually if you go to the gig section, you should be able to find some of these types of advertisements. It doesn't always happen, and I will say that you will have to sift through a lot of junk, but once in a while you do find a pearl in there, and that could really pay off, and you could do well. And then if you establish a presence on LinkedIn, this can also be a really good way for you to find clients, especially if you're interacting, creating content, have optimized your profile the right way. So I would highly recommend, actually LinkedIn is one of the platforms I'm super excited about right now. Highly recommend that you get on LinkedIn, fill out your profile. I have another video you can check out right here I did with Miss Nina B about how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Go watch that video after this video, check that out, and learn how to optimize your LinkedIn profile for freelancing. Let me know in the comments below if you are thinking about starting a freelance writing business next year and where you are in your preparations towards that. Let me know.